Hello and welcome back to the third part of the Travel Through the Airport guide, and we're back with another video. This time we're at the airport, about to hop on a plane and jet set to a new adventure. But before we do, I wanted to share some essential tips that'll elevate your pre-flight game and make your entire airport experience smoother than ever. So buckle up, get ready for takeoff, and let's dive right into it. All right, first things first, let's talk about duty-free shopping. This is your chance to snag some awesome deals on perfumes, cosmetics, alcohol, you name it. Duty-free means you don't pay the usual taxes on those goodies. So whether you're looking to treat yourself or grab some gifts for the folks back home, duty-free is definitely worth checking out. Now, I know what you're thinking. Casey, I'm on a budget. But trust me, even if you're not planning on buying anything, it's still fun to browse around and see what catches your eye. Plus, you never know, you might just stumble upon an irresistible deal. Just remember to keep your boarding pass and passport handy because you'll need them to make a purchase. And don't go too crazy with the shopping spree unless you're prepared to pay those pesky baggage fees. My advice? Set a budget beforehand and stick to it. That way you can enjoy some guilt-free shopping and still have some cash left over for your trip. Now let's talk about airport lounges. If you're a frequent flyer like me, then you know that airport lounges are a lifesaver. They offer a peaceful escape from the hustle and bustle of the terminal with comfy seating, free Wi-Fi, and complimentary snacks and drinks. Trust me, there's nothing better than kicking back in a plush armchair with a glass of something bubbly after a long day of travel. It's the perfect way to unwind and recharge before your flight. Plus, most lounges have showers, so you can freshen up after a long journey. Now I know what you're thinking. Casey, airport lounges are expensive. And you're right, they can be. But there are ways to access them for free or at a discounted rate. Many credit cards offer lounge access as a perk, so check if yours does. You can also purchase a day pass, which can be a good option if you have a long layover. So, next time you're at the airport, treat yourself to a little luxury and check out the airport lounge. Let's be real, airport food gets a bad rap. But honestly, it's come a long way in recent years. Gone are the days of soggy sandwiches and overpriced coffee. Nowadays, you can find everything from gourmet burgers to sushi to authentic local cuisine. Airports have really upped their game when it comes to dining options. Many airports now have food halls with a wide variety of cuisines to choose from. You can grab a quick bite at a grab-and-go counter or sit down for a leisurely meal at a restaurant. And don't even get me started on the shopping. Airports are basically giant shopping malls these days. You can find everything from designer clothes to electronics to souvenirs. It's a dangerous place for your wallet, but hey, a little retail therapy never hurt anyone, right? So whether you're in the mood for a quick snack or a full-blown meal, don't be afraid to explore the airport's dining and shopping options. You might be surprised at what you find. Now let's talk about something super important, arriving at the gate on time. I know it sounds obvious, right? But you wouldn't believe how many people cut it close and end up sprinting through the airport like they're in an action movie. Look, I get it. Sometimes delays happen. Traffic is a nightmare. Or you just lose track of time browsing those duty-free shops. No judgment. But trust me, there's nothing more stressful than watching the minutes tick by, knowing that your flight is about to board and you're still stuck in line at security. To avoid this unnecessary drama, I always aim to arrive at the gate at least 30 minutes before boarding time. That gives me enough time to go to the bathroom, fill up my water bottle, and just chill out for a bit before the boarding chaos begins. Plus, if you're running late, you risk missing your flight altogether. And let me tell you, that's a whole other level of stress you don't want to experience. All right, let's talk pre-boarding. Now, pre-boarding is when you get to board the plane before everyone else. It's basically like having VIP access to the boarding process. Sounds pretty sweet, right? But here's the thing, not everyone qualifies for pre-boarding. Typically, it's reserved for families with young children, elderly passengers, military personnel, and people who need special assistance. If you do qualify for pre-boarding, I highly recommend taking advantage of it. It allows you to get settled in your seat, stow your carry-on luggage without feeling rushed, and just avoid the whole cattle call situation that is general boarding. And even if you don't qualify for pre-boarding, don't sweat it. Just pay attention to the boarding announcements and have your boarding pass ready. Finally, let's talk about boarding groups. Airlines have this whole system figured out to make the boarding process as efficient as possible, or at least that's the idea. Basically, they divide passengers into different groups, and each group is assigned a specific time to board. Now, the boarding group you're assigned to is usually printed on your boarding pass, so make sure you have it handy. The gate agents will announce when it's your group's turn to board, so listen up. Once your group is called, just line up, have your boarding pass ready to scan, and follow the crowd. Easy peasy. Oh, and one more thing. Once you're on the plane, try to find your seat quickly and stow your carry-on luggage in the overhead bins or under the seat in front of you. That way, you're not blocking the aisle and holding everyone else up. Remember, teamwork makes the dream work, people. Let's all do our part to make the boarding process as smooth as possible. And there you have it, folks. My essential tips for what to do before your flight. I hope you found this video helpful. Remember to relax, enjoy the journey, and make the most of your pre-flight experience. With these tips, your pre-flight experience will be smooth and stress-free. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips. Safe travels.